Dr. Sharjeel and you are watching my YouTube channel. Now let's unleash the puzzle of the last two challenging cases. Now look at this 14 years old male patient with right severe ptosis. There is absent upper lid crease and presented to me for ptosis correction. Now I examined him, checked his vision, which was 660, checked jaw winking, which was absent. Normally jaw winking is associated with mild to moderate ptosis, and here it is severe ptosis. Then I checked the levator function, which was 3 mm, which is poor. That also favors the diagnosis of congenital severe ptosis. Then when I elevated the upper lid to check the Bell's phenomena, I found significant hypotropia as well. Now that confirmed him as a case of monocular elevation deficit or double elevator palsy. And now we are checking the palpebral facial height. It is almost 2 to 3 on the right side and almost 10 on the left side. Now patient vision in the right eye, as I mentioned, is 660, so patient has right dense amblyopia as well, severe ptosis, marked hypotropia with poor Bell's phenomena. Now ideally vertical muscle surgery to correct hypertropia. Hypotropia should be done, followed by ptosis correction, and then amblyopia therapy to improve vision because his age is 14. But patient wanted the ptosis correction first. So visual axis I cleared with levator resection under local anesthesia. Patient was very cooperative, and hopefully if parents agreed for hypotropia correction, ptosis will further improve. During local anesthesia, per-op lid movements helped in identification and exploration of levator muscle, plus how much correction to be done can also be assessed in a patient who is awake, and you tell him to elevate the lid, because we have not given him peribulbar anesthesia but just infiltrated the upper lid with xylocaine plus adrenaline. Now in poor Bell's phenomena, if you fully correct such patient, it will expose him to exposure keratopathy, and with poor levator function, full correction is also not possible because of the anatomy pathology, fibrosis of levator. So full correction can be done by fascia lata sling. Another take-home message from this video is that even in such a severe ptosis with poor levator function, levator resection can give you some cosmetically acceptable upper lid excursion. But if patient had good Bell's phenomena, I would have opted for fascia lata sling for full correction of ptosis. So hopefully now the last two challenging cases are cleared. In the first video I showed you the post-op picture after right levator resection, and in the second video I showed you a patient with monocular elevation deficit, and now I combined the two videos and explained that what I have done and what ideally should be done. And you can also first do ptosis correction and follow by hypotropia correction, and you have to give him amblyopia therapy as well. Thank you very much.